And welcome back to SA Sports Show, and it's my favourite segment, Ando's Blast from the Past. And my special guest, the great centreman from Norwood, Michael Taylor.
Hello, Ando.
Thank you so much for joining me.
It's a pleasure. Yep.
I'm telling you, I know we've known each other for a long time.
Yep.
I've always been very, very relaxed around. We've had a few beers and a few meals, that sort of stuff.
Get-togethers.
But all of a sudden read your career highlights. I'm a bit nervous now.
No, you shouldn't be.
What a wonderful career.
We're all equal, mate. So,
do you reckon?
Oh, absolutely. I think the situation...
I don't think they call me the king. I don't think they call
it's
me
a
the
nickname,
king.
so...
But let's go back to Kingston. That's where you were brought up and started and played, obviously, junior footy there and then wandered over to Norwood. But Kingston, great upbringing. Would have been a great upbringing.
Yeah, it was. I'd come off a farm
Okay.
in between Lucendale and Kingston, a place called Reedy Creek, and we grew up there, and sport was a massive part of our lives.
Yeah.
And my sisters played netball, and of course wherever footy went, netballers went as well.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And virtually we had the winter was footy and netball, and then summer was cricket and tennis. So and it was a massive part. You always look forward to the weekend. You know. So from that point of view, played Colts at Kingston, and then. Happened to get a few league games as I got a little bit older.
Okay.
Senior games. So, and at 13, I got a letter from Bob McLean from Port Adelaide.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, we could have nearly been teammates.
Absolutely. And my team was Port Adelaide, actually.
Yeah.
So my favourite player was John Cale. So from that point of view, Mum and Dad said I was too young to go.
Yep.
So, and then Norwood came knocking when I was about 15. And Norwood had a boarding house down here at...
and you felt like you were ready to go then?
I think so. I think I played junior Colts that year and had nearly 5 or 6 games of senior footy.
Yeah.
And it was pretty well, it was all in line. I reckon it was time to go, because if you stay too long, if the opportunity comes along, it mightn't come along again.
Spot on.
So you've got to be very careful.
Yeah.
So, and at 15, it's in those days, we hardly ever came to Adelaide.
No, that's right.
You just didn't leave home.
So
at
were
all.
people saying to you, "Oh, you'll play league footy"?
No,
this
not
lad
at
will
all.
play league
Not
footy.
at all.
Oh, right. So it was
No, it was.
So you didn't know what to expect. You didn't know
not
what
at
your
all.
level was
No.
say, "Well, if I go to, I can walk in." No, okay.
No, and the best part about Norwood had a boarding house, 16 kids. It was in Kenzie Gardens, Mile Avenue, and
so it's already competitive for you. Really.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So all these kids come from all over South Australia. So the zones weren't in then. So now Glenelg's got the zone down the southeast. So we had all these kids everywhere. So we all got to, and Mrs. Carmen, Phil Carmen's mother, looked after us. It was wonderful. Yeah. So that helped the intertwine between being a country person into the city environment.
Yeah.
And we all got on really, really well. And I think out of that boarding house, Norwood were way ahead of it. I think there was 24 premierships in that era, through that era, and there's more junior premierships as well. So, and I'm not trying to drop names, but Neil Craig and John Wynn and Neil Barton, they came from everywhere, and we ended up playing. Yeah, we played juniors together with senior players there, so it was a good intertwine.
Did you pretty much get into the Colts team straight away? Like after you done the pre-season, you felt comfortable, and you thought,
I did.
I'm ready for.
And the biggest problem I had was my birthday's on 30 December, so I'm playing a year ahead of myself. Yeah. So I couldn't play, I'm 16 December 30, I was really 15 all year, so I had to go up a grade. And that didn't bother me.
No.
It did to start with when I was young, but certainly as I got older it didn't. So I played junior Colts and played under 19s.
Yep.
And we won a premiership. It was interesting, we beat Port by a point.
Is that right?
Yeah. And I played on Russell Eggert's brother.
Is that right? Okay,
Yeah, so I was playing half-back and Adelaide Oval. It was a big day. And
I can imagine,
we won ball. And out of that team, there was 6 of us went on to play league footy. So it's just this, you're climbing a ladder, aren't you?
You are climbing a ladder.
Yeah.
So what age did you make your league debut?
I think I was about 18, I think.
Okay,
17 or 18, I think. Yeah, so the door was open for me, so we won a premiership. Then I played in a trial league game against Melbourne. I will always remember this, and I was packing it.
I can imagine.
Imagine, playing a VFL team. They're big and strong, but they weren't. They've just got 2 arms and 2 legs like you or me. And so we played that at Norwood Oval. It was packed out for the trial game, and I went on from there. So it was just an opportunity for me to play at that level, and from that
You made
point of view.
a huge impact. I mean, you won Best and Fairest in 1973, so you would have been...
Yeah, he was only young.
Very young.
Yeah, but that didn't really... The Best and Fairest don't... It rates very highly with me. But the team performances rate higher.
No question.
It's always the
but you
way
feel
because
settled.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And of course, with Carmel Court, then of course you settle in, and of course you decide which destiny you go to. You got to train hard.
Yeah.
And I've learned some good results through the way, and from people I met, and you listen to your elders.
Yeah.
You do listen to what the coach says to you.
Yeah.
So I went to a wonderful club.
Yeah, of course.
Fantastic club, and still are today.
Yeah.
So, fantastic people, good coaches, and very stable.
Very stable.
Extremely stable. So,
and talk about premierships, and 75 must be very special.
Well, that was the first one for 24 years, I think, 25 years. So that was extremely... And I always thought after playing, I was only young, and when we won that, I was thinking of the people before us. All those years where they hadn't won a premiership or they've struggled to get into finals, and just everything was aligned for us.
Yeah, just icing on the cake, wasn't it?
And we were
a lot
young.
of hard work.
A lot of hard work. It doesn't come
you won
easy.
75, but it's a build-up of
I think
that,
so.
Of that
you can see from a junior level, all
Yeah.
these kids coming through, then the blend of senior players. And good coach, Bob Hammond.
And then a couple of years later in 78, I think
78
that was a big...
very special.
For me, I was probably 12 and I was really, wow, footy was my life.
Yeah.
But to sit down and watch the grand final, I mean, I loved 77, of course, when Port beat Glenelg.
Yeah, of course.
And I thought Sturt were going to win that when they were complete favourites, and you guys just knocked them off by, I think, a few points, wasn't it?
Yeah, 1 point. But they'd only lost one game.
You're not bad with 1 point.
Yeah. So it's a dream, really.
Yeah, it is a dream.
From that point of view, they'd only lost one game for the whole year.
Wow.
But it's on the day, Endo.
Yeah.
People say you're favourites. Well, you're not favourites. It's in a two-horse race. You're
It's
pretty
a two,
even.
and,
Anything can happen.
And anything can happen in the grand final. And you take your gloves off and just get in there, don't you?
Yeah, that's right. And to do it within, because it's so hard to win. As you know, like grand finals of street. There's a massive build-up. It's like 2 seasons, isn't it?
It is.
You play the home and away, then it just does a 360, and you've got to really start again.
It's for survival, isn't it, really?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and you get a double chance or you get knocked out.
You get knocked out,
So the pressure's on massively.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I'm going to go back to it before state footy. I mean, I know, we were just talking before.
Yes.
Just an amazing opportunity. And you played plenty of them. You played over a dozen of them, so that must have been pretty special. From a boy from Kingston to, make his way into Colts at Norwood, but then all of a sudden representing South Australia. It must have been fantastic.
Yeah, it was to put that first Guernsey on. And I think we were playing Tasmania and Victoria and at Waverley, which I'd never been to, and we beat them, and just to play with all the Russell Eberts and Paul Bagshaws and Rick Davies, and the list goes on and on. So. And, they're a few years older than me, and you look at them and they'd played their 100 games before I even played league footy. And you follow the lead with them. They're such good leaders and good players.
73, 74, then 78, 79 and 80, then 86, Best and Fairest at Norwood Footy Club. And now the award's actually named after yourself. Well, that's just remarkable.
Well, it's very humbling. As I said before, the individual awards, it's great to win them.
Yeah, of course.
But I always look at the team aspect of the whole thing, and I think it's the enjoyment you get out of winning together. And sure, at the end of the day,
it's what it's all about.
And as you get older, you reflect back onto it and go, wow, because time goes so quick.
But the award's named after you.
It's
fantastic.
Yeah, I got a real shock when they asked whether they could do that, and I just...
They did name you the King, so...
Well, it's a nickname. It's a nickname, King O. So, but certainly not about the King, but there's only one King in South Australia, so not me.
Was yours more the... I mean, obviously you're a great player, but was yours also perhaps nightclubs as well? Coming up the ranks at Colts, at the old disco at the Norwood Footy Club. I reckon you would have been the king there as well.
We parted a bit there. we had some fun there.
Yeah, I bet you did.
Good fun. It wasn't
I know what you mean.
anything naughty. It was all above board. It was that was a part of off field, but certainly we had a great time, really good time at Sam's.
Now that's right, Sam's Disco. I'm getting the wind up. Okay. Are you able to join us next week? Because I've got more to talk about.
Absolutely.
I want to talk a bit about Collingwood and your coaching. Thank you. We're going to chat next week. Thank you so much, and we'll be back after the break.